Sharks, one of the most feared and dangerous predators. Only a few experienced certified divers have managed to get a closer look of them in their territory. Now anyone can get face-to-face close to these amazing creatures thanks to this cage diving adventure. If you are a thrill seeker at heart, get your adrenaline pumping on this 3-hour shark cage diving experience in Gansbaai, South Africa with Marine Dynamics. Gansbaai is situated in the Overberg region of the Western Cape of South Africa. A perfect getaway place from the hustling and bustling of the busy city life. Just about 20-minute boat cruising from the harbor takes you to the diving spot. A cage is lowered into the water, in which guests will sink to underwater depth to see the sharks. The cage will be their protection from the sharks. First, guests will wear swimming suits which are provided.
Okay, guys, you please bend your heads.
Mind your head.
Okay.
Guys, we're gonna tell you where the shark is coming from. Down left, it's on your left. Down right, it's on your right. Down front, it's in front of you. Guys, it's very important you react very quickly. Those are wild animals. They're not gonna wait for you to pull yourselves down. So once you hear down, pull yourselves down. And enjoy, guys. No arms, no legs out of the cage.
When guests are in the water, a guide who is also a marine biologist and her team will attract the sharks close to the cage and tell the guests where to look at as they sink their heads down. The bait attracts the sharks towards the cage.
Watching the white flag.
So what type of fish is that you are using for the bait?
For the bait, it is yellowtail here, right? Yellowtail, yeah. So this is a yellowtail. Sometimes we use tuna, sometimes we use salmon as well. So whatever really creates the smell. So the chum at the end of the boat, that is our chum. So it's just fish, small fish pieces with the water. We dump it in the water, and the wind and currents, those are the ones that create the chum sleek for us. So the winds and currents, they take it away from us, creating the chum sleek, and the sharks in the area, they would pick up on the smell and they would come to us. After that, what happens, they get interested about the bait, so they pretty much come to investigate what's happening, and they would just go for it and try. With us, we can investigate the world with our hands and all, but for them, unfortunately, it's just their snouts and their jaws. Down, down, down! Here's the bait.
Oh my God!
He is around 4.2 meters, so a very impressive size. Guys, with white sharks, the awesome thing about them is when they grow in length, they also grow in width as well, so they become very, very girthy. Or some sharks, some white sharks, they can be a little bit darker than others. They have the same pigment that we have in our skin, melanin, and it pretty much depends on how much time they spend on the surface. The more time they spend on the surface, the darker they are. The more time they spend in a little bit deeper waters, the lighter they are. No, they don't want to eat us. So with waters like this, it can be a little bit tricky because we are in a murky environment. So there is a chance of the shark to just misidentify us with their normal prey. Normal prey, there will be seals, dolphins and stuff like that. So just actually the stuff they would be interested in because they have a large fat component. We don't have enough fat for them to actually like us as food. But yeah, they might misidentify us when there's murky conditions, but in the clear, nice waters, they shouldn't be going after us. We're not in their diet, they're not really interested in us. We're not yummy enough.
Most of the sharks here are known by the crew and they have been given names.
And Patricia, guys, that was the second female. Patricia, yeah, I don't know who used the name. Sometimes it just pops out. I'm like, and the third male, he was with us 2 years ago as well, guys. All the sharks are not residential animals. They come and go. They would stay with us a couple of weeks, couple of months. So it's always so nice to have them back with us, seeing that they're doing well and they're healthy and they're very active. So
Now, do you know which one's which just from up here?
yeah, absolutely. So they're different. First of all, we were looking at the sizes and the genders. First, they have different features, quite easy features for us to spot on. Like with Mini Nemo, you might have noticed the right pectoral fin of Mini Nemo is a little bit stunted. So it's quite easy for us to tell that this is Mini Nemo, hence the name Nemo. And also the first female that we saw, Patricia, she had scratches on her back. So just different features like that, size, gender. And then if we're struggling with all that, we're taking the picture of the dorsal fin and we just compare it to the catalog that we already have back in the office to see if it's a returning shark, if we know that shark, because the dorsal fin of a shark is pretty much their fingerprint.
What makes Gansbaai South Africa special is that out of the few places you can do this across the globe, this is the only place in the world where the boat rides out to the drop site for only 20 minutes. In Australia, you have to ride the boat for 3 hours to shark dive. In Mexico, you have to ride the boat for 24 hours. So, South Africa is the perfect destination for this activity because it is cheap and truly open to anyone. The youngest person to do shark diving with Marine Dynamics here was 4 years old, and the oldest was 100 years old.
Amazing. South Africa has been fantastic, and this is just incredible.
Besides all the fun, Marine Dynamics also put their efforts on conservation.
We're not just doing the fun and entertainment part of it, but also try to protect and save the animals that we see on a daily basis. For us, it is home, also the area and the communities, local communities, they get involved as well. It is important to actually learn and know what kind of animals you are seeing. There are a lot of people coming in, they want to see a great white shark. They don't really quite know what they want to see because a lot of reputation around great white sharks is that the jaws and all the wrong reputation, all the wrong image of them. What we're trying to do, we're trying to show them in their real environment. You saw them today as well. They were quite chilled at times. Yes, they were sometimes sneaky and very fast, but most of the time they're very chilled. They're very beautiful and curious animals. And what we're trying to pretty much get it out of there and to show people that they can be different. The great white sharks, they're not the ones that were portrayed in old movies that were made years ago and just portrayed as monsters, people killing monsters. And that's come to conservation. That's a very important part of it, to actually make the crowd and people to appreciate the animals, to not be afraid of them anymore and just start appreciating them.